Talk about time flying by. I remember it seems like, not long ago, we were making that first post and saying we were considering whether or not the villages would be the right place for us. And heading into now, finishing up year 2, I'm happy to say that yes, it's still the place for us. We made the right decision and it's working well for my family. My mom and I have both engaged in the active lifestyle, the golf lifestyle, engaging in classes and, getting out, meeting some people and making some great friends. And I don't know, it works for us. Now, let's see. Let me give a quick top 5. Number one thing I love about living in the villages, being able to live the golf cart lifestyle. I love that golf cart. My mom loves her cart. I hear lots of people say, well, a lot of the things that you love when you first move here kind of gets old. Not to me. I still love driving that golf cart. I love just having the option to jump in the cart and go to the store, to go to Walgreens, run to Publix, all those different things, as well as obviously the things we do on a day-to-day basis. And it's great. And listen, I'm not going to go down this line. For people that know me, they know I love to have some research. The thing is, though, there is some research that shows that looking at green plants can help release endorphins and lower blood pressure. So yes, absolutely. I love driving around in my golf cart, looking at the beautiful green golf courses and the scenery, the beautiful oak trees, all those things. It's good for my health. There's research to back that up. It's not just driving around in la la land. It's actually a healthy thing. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. No, it really is the research there. You can look it up, Google it. All right, let's see. Number 2. I say the villages has delivered on their promise just delivered on their ability to offer and enable a healthy lifestyle, active lifestyle. Active lifestyle. Strike that healthy. That was just me misspeaking. So here's the thing. It's not just about that there's this myriad of options for you to go out and engage in activity. It's the convenience factor, at least for me. So you could say, well, I don't think I'm gonna do anything today, just gonna relax, read a book, whatever. And, you kind of get a burst of energy. So you're like, I think I do want to try to, go out and do whatever. You can run to the square. You can, engage in some of the classes. You can go pick up 9 in the afternoon, depending on the schedule of the course you want to play. You can go up to the driving range. I mean, I could do this all day. And so, like I said, it's not just that there's so many things you can do. It's the convenience of being able to kind of hop into some type of activity and then jump right back into whatever it is that you're doing. So that's definitely a close second to the golf cart lifestyle. So that's number 2. Number 3, I say the people. Met some really wonderful people and have developed some really good and I think lasting friendships as well. Would I say everyone that either I or my mom has met over the 2 years have been wonderful? Nope. Of course not. Have we had some unpleasant experiences? Of course we have, yeah. If I had to give it a number though, to kind of quantify that subjective statement, I'd say probably 8 to 9 out of 10 interactions are wonderful. And every, so often we may encounter some, one that's not wonderful. And honestly, that's to be expected, quite honestly, because if I think about living in any other state that we've lived in, it hasn't always been wonderful when we interact with different folks. And quite honestly, if I again try to quantify versus just kind of speaking tongue in cheek, I say those numbers are about the same, that 8 or 9 out of 10. But again, that's my lived experience. You speak to someone else, you speak to other people, you may hear different. I'm just sharing what Mom and I have experienced over the last 2 years. So number 3 of the people. Number 4, I'd say getting out and about in the state. We're nature lovers. And so getting out to spend some time on the East Coast, going down to the Gulf, over to the Gulf rather, and exploring different beaches has been nice. Even some of the touristy areas. You know how it is. You're on vacation. You know, when you're working in the workforce, you run down for a week, 2 weeks, whatever it may be for your vacation, and sort of the travel and the hustle and bustle, and then getting back and getting ready to go back to work. You know, you have your vacation, you enjoy it the best you can, but there's still this urgency, this kind of, you know, lingering along with that. But being retired, now we can go down and really spend some time even in those touristy areas, and we discovered some things that we never, you know, knew existed, such as my daughter, she saw an area that had an underwater restaurant. And so she's having dinner and there's, you know, sharks swimming by and those kinds of things. So it's been really nice to explore some areas that we had visited at different times, but not really spent a lot of time in. That'd be number 4. Oh, and the side note on that, I didn't really have it on my radar. I'm sure, you know, if you're thinking about moving to the villages, you probably do. The thing is, though, we became, after moving to the villages, we became the #1 vacation destination for friends, family, loved ones, the mailman, milkman. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, definitely for friends and family. And that's been great too. To be honest with you, I've seen some family members more being down here in the villages than I did when we lived in the same state, or for a couple of them, even when we lived in the same city. And again, it's all been great. Just keep that on your radar as well when you think about if that's something you would like to do, to explore the state more and see some of the area. Know that you'll have lots of company to do it with. And let's see, number 5, I give a little bit of the eye roll and some side eye, because, you know, some people say negative things about it. I love the aesthetics of the villages. I love the fact that I can drive through miles and miles and miles of well-manicured lawns, and, you know, the pristine nature of the streets from one to the next. And I get it. Some people talk about, you know, the cookie cutter look from one village to the next and all of that. Everything's too perfect, too, you know, clean or whatever. I'm like, well, first of all, does too clean even exist? But anyway, I love the aesthetics of the villages. I remember a prayer that I prayed was, you know, when I retire, I want to live on vacation. And that's one of the aspects of having that consistency in the aesthetics with the flowers, with the beautiful nature of some of the rec centers, and just the thoughtfulness about the visual experience that you have in and about the villages. I love that. And so, yeah, that'd be my top 5. And I will say, though, well, I won't give something I don't like, but what I will say, how about something I wish I would have done before moving to the villages? And that would be to explore around the villages, the areas outside the villages as well. Because if we would have, for our specific needs and curiosities, if we would have gone like down to Leesburg and up to Ocala, then we would have had a bigger and a better picture of what we could expect as far as our experience here in the villages. And so now, having done that, or even like Royal and some other areas, I would say that would have enhanced our perspective about what we could experience and some of just the broader area around the villages. So yeah, I'd say that's one thing that I wish we would have done before, because it's been great to get it out into those areas and explore and meet some people and get involved since we've been here. I do wish we would have done it before, so that we could have gotten engaged in some of those areas earlier. I think that's about it. So Whatever decision you make, do take the time to come down, take a look, see what works for you, whether it's right for you, and maybe we'll see you around.